Okay, so fifth and final video, time to put it all together. Last video we did all the sort of hard input system out printing sort of things. Remember that you can do all these system out prints all on one line if you really wanted to, if you want to be clever. That's the way that I did it. Well, not to say that it's clever, but you can split them up onto these multiple system out prints. You just got to type system out print a lot more times, which is why I try to avoid doing that. But anyhow, the last part of the exercise now is that we need to add up the total and output our total to the screen. So that should be pretty basic. What we're going to need to do that, what we're going to need to do that is a new variable inside of our main routine is fine, just right under sodas, and we'll call it, and we'll be of type double because it's going to be of a price, which is a decimal, and we'll say double is equal to total price, just like that, and all of our errors obviously should go away. So we got a new variable total price, and all we got to do is down here somewhere is just or even up here probably. I think you can do it anywhere. Let's do it right here. Um, is to declare what total price is equal to, and total price is equal to the amount of hamburgers, or like the price of a hamburger multiplied by how many hamburgers they ordered, added to the price of a salad multiplied by how many salads they ordered, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be the price of a hamburger, which we know we can recall by using hamburger dot unit price, right? Because that's just information that was fed into our constructor, and it's of type double. So hamburger unit price, and we're going to add, and we're going to multiply that, rather, to the amount of hamburgers they've ordered, which is equal to this uh, integer value hamburgers that the user inputs. So we'll write hamburgers just like this. And now that I think about it, obviously we are going to have to put this bit of code down below all this. And why? Because we're getting an error here, and that's because the user hasn't said how many hamburgers they've had. So we don't know how many hamburgers, and we can't calculate the total price. But if we just take this little line here, cut it up, paste it down here, that error should be no more. And we should be fine, because now we should have a value of what hamburgers is. But this isn't it. That's just one part of the little equation here. And something else that we're going to have to sort of keep in mind, and I don't know if I'm doing this right or if I'm doing this wrong. We're getting an error here. Well, let's not worry about that. Uh, it's not an error. It's like a little weird like yield sign or something. Um, is that these are two different types of of data types. Hamburgers we've declared as an integer, but unit price we've declared to be a type double. And I always get confused on how typecasting works. There's, the program will automatically typecast one way, but like to go the other way, you have to do it manually. And I think the way is that like for you to multiply an integer by a double and to get a double value, you have to typecast the integer to be a double. And you do that by doing parentheses double like that. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. I'm pretty sure that if you didn't have double here, okay, and you did this, this would end up being an integer value because the program will automatically typecast this down to an integer to make this multiplication valid. But it will not typecast this up to a double. You'd have to do that manually. So that's that's very unfortunate that that just happened. I need to. Oh, why? No. Oh, whatever. I'll just type it again. Double. All right. So that should be the way that that works. And now that's one fourth of this equation. We need to continue because this is going to be added to. This is going to be added to. It would be salads, or sorry, salad dot unit price multiplied by the double salads. Right? Just like that. And then this is added to, and this would be fries dot unit price multiplied by the double value of French fries. Now, I mean, it's a little kooky how I made all these variables very similar, but to me it makes sense. And then lastly, we have soda singular unit price is multiplied by the double of the plural sodas, which is our integer value. Bada bing. Now that's a pretty long equation. You could split it up onto multiple lines as long as you split it up at like one of these addition signs. I think, I hope. On my program that I wrote, I did it all on one big line, but I'm trying to break it up here for you. In fact, I'll break it up even further. How about like that? And, you know, to be safe, I'm going to encapsulate the whole thing in parentheses like that, which maybe is totally unnecessary. Probably is totally unnecessary, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna, you know, encapsulate the whole thing in parentheses. A lot of parentheses going on in there, but that should calculate our unit price. And the last thing that we have to do now is do a system. System outprint. How do they write it? They write it, the total price is, no, they write it as your order comes to bang. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this, and I'm going to end the line. I'm not going to do the plus total price. Well, actually, I am. How about that? And I'm going to show you what happens. I'm going to do total price here. So this is pretty standard. This is pretty typical. I'm going to do a new line here because we want a space between this line and that line. And this should be the end of the program. It's not, and you'll see why, but really this should be the end of the program. We'll go ahead and run the program. And enter number of hamburgers. I think the book uses 3. Enter number of salads. Book uses 4. Enter number of French fries. I think they use 5. And the sodas, 3. That's a lot of sodas. And that's not what they did. What did they do? They did 3, 4, 2, and 5. So let's run this again. I'm sorry, I really want to show this. Run. What did they do? They did 3, 4, 2, and 5. So we'll do 3, 2, 4, and I'm going to do 5 sodas here. Your order comes to 19.5. Interesting. Something's not really happening. I'm going to pause it, come back. Okay, I'm back. Obviously, I was an idiot. I was not reading it correctly. Well, I was reading it correctly, just not typing it. They did 3, 4, 2, 5. 3, 4, 2, 5. I keep typing it wrong. 3, 4, 2, 5. There we go. Okay, now our order comes up to 20.9, and then all these decimals 0.2. It's obviously not how we want it to turn out. We want it to stop here at the 0.90. So we need to include a little bit of formatted text in order to get rid of that. And in order to do that, right under this system out print, we're going to get rid of total price here, just like that. We're just going to stop the whole thing. Oh, and I added that $sign in there. I forgot that I had that $sign. We're going to do a new line, and we're going to do, so our cursor is going to stop right, you know, in our program. Our cursor will be right after this $sign, and we'll do system out print F. And then in parentheses, you have your quotations, and we're going to write the percent sign 1.2F, and then after that, it's a comma, and then we write total price with a semicolon at the end, and that should be that. And this is how you do a formatted text. Formatted text has 2 parts to it. It has the actual formatting language, which is in the parentheses, in the quotations, and then it has the variable that you actually want to display. And this 1.2F means that there's going to be a maximum of 2 decimal points to the right, 2 digits to the right of the decimal point, and at least 1 digit to the left. Okay, so they say different things. This is at least 2, and this is only 2, or up to 2, and this is at least 1. So you can have as many number of digits as you want after, to the left of the decimal point. This isn't restricting the left to be 1. the way that this is restricting the right to be 2. So it's a little different, but that's how you do it. And that's that. And we'll go ahead and run the program, the final program. However, before that, I like to do a little formatting. And that's it. That should be everything. Oh, it automatically does my little indentations for that. How cute. And yeah, that's the program. So let's run it. And I'll clear this. We'll do run hamburgers. And help me out. What do? They did 3, 4, 2, 5. 3, 4, 2 fries, 2 French fries. Notice that all this information is different from the information before. So our class is working as it should be. 5 sodas here, and now our order comes to the expected $20.90. And as I said, you can have, that 1 doesn't mean that this only is 1 digit. It means it has to be at least 1 digit, which means that if it was only 90 cents, okay, the order would still display that 0.90. That's what it's saying, is that you always have to have a place marker at least to the left of the decimal point. That's why they have the 1 in the format. But I'm going long. That's the program. There you go. I will see you at 4. I'm really sorry that this took so long to get up. But there it is, and I figured this should be pretty helpful for you. But I'm going to go get a haircut, and I'll see you in like an hour and a half. All right, bye-bye.